we're all in an exchange of giving and receiving, and we all belong through that. And the only way you belong to the matrix of this beautiful system is if you are prepared to give with discernment and to receive with grace.
Wow. Give with discernment and receive with grace.
Correct. Because let's say we were all just in a circuit board where there was different streams or currents of abundance or energy or life force or vitality or meaning or whatever it was. And you just gave away everything. You would give to psychopaths and bad people, and you would empower people that will take more than they give. If you receive everything without discernment, then you're not actually helping the function of the circuit. Yes, you need to get as much as you need to get, but you also need to know how to give, who to give to, on what basis to give. That's what it means to be an initiated adult. So when somebody runs up and says, I need your help with this, an adult is somebody who comes with something, a capacity, a resource, some form of means. And an adult is always somebody that says, explain your need to me. Tell me. Talk to me. Show me why. Show me how. Because I might just be giving to somebody who's lazy. I might just be giving to somebody who's a liar or taking. I might just be giving to somebody who doesn't actually know how to invest what I'm giving them, and I could have invested it better somewhere else. Now, life wants us to do three things: avoid pain, pursue pleasure, and conserve energy, which means avoid pain and pursue pleasure in an energy efficient manner. If we didn't do that, we would be careless with the blessings and the gifts we have. And life cannot sustain us all being careless. We have to be more meticulous. We have to be more diligent. We have to be more discerning. And that has to be in everything. Yeah? So to someone like that, I would say, sure, you are not a child, and we need to have systems to manage children. But what a strain you are putting on the whole system by not carrying your part. If everybody behaved like you, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. If everybody behaved like you, how hard would this be? And how much less blessings would we be able to share? And how much less would we be able to look after the people with the most need? Because we're busy catering for people who are too lazy to grow up or too selfish to grow up. You know?
100%.
You need to understand that a relationship is a self. A community is a self. And that self has needs. And if your one arm started acting like it was more important than your other arm, or one organ started acting, that we call that a cancer. That's what cancer is. Cancer is when something's growing and taking all the resources, but they are growing and multiplying, actualizing in a way that is not for life. It's against the project of being. We call it non-being. And I don't mean non-being in a Buddhist sense. I mean non-being in a actualization sense. And we're all here trying to actualize as beings, but we also want to contribute to a collective being with a high mind and high integrity and high authenticity and high beauty and high meaning. But the cancer
vision to subscribe to.
Takes all of that stuff and the project and doesn't realize that it's doing it. Do you know what a cuckoo bird is?
A what?
A cuckoo bird.
No.
In Europe, there's a bird called a cuckoo bird. Cuckoo.
Double-O.
They make a cuckoo clock. The clock goes. Right. That cuckoo bird. It's a psychological archetypal trope that we have. The cuckoo bird doesn't raise its own young. It lays its egg in another nesting bird's nest when the mother is away. So sometimes the original egg is this big and the cuckoo's egg is this big. And then the cuckoo hatches quicker because genetically it's adapted to hatch quicker. And it's got these enormous black eyes. And it's this fat, bloated thing that eats all the food. And it just sits with this enormous mouth like that just to take, just this will to receive. And it's genetically programmed to kick the other baby or the eggs or the other baby birds out the nest when the mother is not there. And then what it does is it screams at the mother non-stop. Now, the mother is sometimes 1/4 the size of the chick, right? And it works the mother to death to feed it because the mother's instinct is just to feed need. The mother is wired, programmed. Her little dharma is just to encounter need and cater for it and protect it. But this cuckoo bird, this black eyed, hungry, ravenous thing, has got an appetite that can never be satisfied. And it doesn't know that it's not into the joke of what it is. It has no self awareness of its parasitic nature on life. Now, when I
And
tell you that,
mm,
and I'm telling you now, we are like that on this earth.
and you know what, Rocco? This example, it's so profound because for someone like the person that I'm talking about, for someone like that person hearing this story is going to relate more with the mother bird, that I am this victim who is being subjected to so much pain from this world, and I now need to protect
And they
myself.
might be
They
also,
might be, yes, yes,
but the
yes,
point is they also don't apply the whole inquiry. The whole
yes,
inquiry is, and where am I like this? Because the reason that I'm suffering this is some form of lesson or some form of invitation to a greater understanding or awakening.
yeah,
You know, we think that love is everything.
mm,
But Thich Nhat Hanh said, love without knowing how to love wounds the one we love. Love's other name is care. You cannot care for something that you don't understand. You cannot care for yourself. Or if you are in an actualization journey where you are looking after the welfare of your soul, even
mm,
if it's just for this life, because this is the game that you spawned into now, do you
mm,
think you are doing that well by choosing ignorance? By You can't be. You
yeah,
can't be. Yeah.
yeah,
And so these difficulties come along to invite us into deeper forms of appreciation of the journey that we're on and what we're a part of and what we are dependent on for those blessings and for that grace. And this is why inevitably this project has to have this kind of spiritual aspect to it, because you need to understand that you're part of something bigger.
yeah. Stable, mutual actualization.
Actualization. And really, if you are going to come back and have another life, let's say, don't you want to come back in an improved version of the game? Not just more technically advanced one, but one
Mm,
where kindness is more integrated and compassion is more integrated and consciousness is more integrated. Yes, you would. The answer is yes, you would. And the
mm.
question is, therefore, what are you doing about that in this life?
Exactly, exactly, exactly. Yes,
Now,
yes.
some people arrive with a kind of reality in their birth or their life or their childhood or whatever, where them just coping and healing is the work.
Mm, mm.
And some people are called to like just disappear and make music and make art and be an avatar for some form of genius in the world. I think that's perfectly fine. We are going to have souls like that. We are going to have souls that want to do the surrender path. They are called to do that. And then we're going to have souls that are called to entrain with nature and with the mother, and we need that too. And then we have souls that are called to actualize and change the game, and then this path is for that.